Hello YouTube, this is Rika Rocks 2001, back again making another video. Today we are going to look at the SuperPad 64, made by Performance. Now a lot of you people are going to say, that's not the real SuperPad 64, if they say something like, this is what the real SuperPad 64 looks like. Well, my version being the Plus version, but there's also one with this without the turbo functions, but I'll talk about this controller in another video at another time. But today we're going to look at this version of the SuperPad by Performance. The other one was made by Interact, or as my European subscribers may know it as the MacOPad 64. Now, I'm going to grab an original N64 controller for comparison. And, here we are, getting it out of the tangled wires and such. Let me back up the camera, and you can see it's like a regular N64 controller, but with these handles chopped off and grown a bit thicker. I have a yellow one just for the comparison. This is a green one. I will tell you that the thumbstick on this one is more improved than this one. You know, this one is plastic, but plastic will wear out. And if you want to see a video on how to repair it, I'll put in the description on a permanent fix. But you're going to need a lot of tools and such, like lithium grease and such. And I'll tell you, let's keep this controller in shot to compare it. The thumbstick is better on this controller, even though it feels a bit springy, but it won't wear out from time. However, this part will eventually pop off like that, and you have the plastic part. But that's an easy fix. What you need is super glue. Glue it in, then bam, it won't pop off. But if you don't mind this popping off, well, then be my guest. The buttons feel they feel rather decent in the hands. I mean, they don't feel as, they feel alright, but they're just not as good as the official controller. I like to feel the start button on the regular N64 controller more. The D-pad on it feels, well, the D-pad on the SuperPad, some say it feels good, some say it's crap. To me, it's mediocre. It does its job. But I prefer the official Nintendo directional pad. In fact, I actually prefer this directional pad compared to the Super Nintendo directional pad. Next, at the top, you have the SuperPad. This emblem can actually pop off. And at the top, you have the shoulder buttons. These shoulder buttons actually feel pretty good. I have no complaints on it. It's just this isn't the main issue. I'll talk about what it is. However, the shoulder buttons on the official controller feel pretty good. But here's where my main complaint is. The Z button. The N64 controller D-pad, Z button, or Z, depending on where you live, feels a lot better on the SuperPad, because from time, this Z button will break. Because I actually have one from another controller. Here's what the inside of the Z button would look like on this. This part will break off, and then you'll have to super glue it in to fix it. So, might want to be careful not to jam it too hard, otherwise you could break that. So, just want to give that heads up if you're into this controller. It has your expansion slot for N64 Rumble Pack. You can insert it like this, and it will work. And it'll make your controller vibrate. Overall, I give this controller a 3 out of 5. My only complaint is the trigger. I mean, the joystick is not that bad. That's the best part of the controller. The D-pad's alright. My only gripe on this controller is the Z button. I mean, sure, it looks rather strange, but I have no complaints on that. It's alright. It's just, I just don't like that trigger. Anyway, that's my review of the SuperPad by Performance. Stay tuned for my next video, where I'll be talking about a different N64 controller. So, see you then.